Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever time you're watching this. I guess I needed to continue where I left off at, and I was talking about more involvement from people, how to make the union grow, how to make the local grow. And I failed to mention in the last video, one of the people that I met while I was out there, he was the actual organizer for the Apple stores and how they were able to come together and become a part of it, the local with the librarian local. So he put together his name. He goes by KG. That's what I call him. But he put together this packet for everybody. I'm gonna screenshot the packet and I'll put it into the comments or add it to the Instagram page, or somehow I'll be able to push this off to people so they'll be able to see what he put out there. But one of the things that was pretty interesting to me, what he brought in, was the idea of a bounty for getting companies to get to the point where they would vote. Not even, hey, we're gonna join your local and we're gonna elect to join the local, but just if they got to the point of they voted, which means they half of the people filled out cards and elected to become a union. He was offering $1,000 to any member already existing that was capable of doing that. So if you know somebody that doesn't already have a union and they think that their job could use one, and you go through the course and means of talking with one of the members of the e-board here, or me, or the business rep themselves will get you in contact with whoever you need to get in contact with, and you're able to elect a business to get to the point where they go to a vote, you'll get $1,000 for that. But this is one of those things that takes the involvement of people. That's what a union actually needs, is the involvement of people. Speaking of involvement of people, I was walking past the board not too long ago and I noticed it. And it's one of those things that you notice that's just been up in front of your face for so long that you stop noticing it. And it was basically saying that we still need 2 shop stewards for second shift. 2 still vacant shop steward positions for second shift. I mean, I know people, hey, I got what I got. I don't want to mess this up. I don't want to put a target on my back. But guess what? We all already have the target on our backs, whether you believe it or not. Like, working in fear or fear of representing yourself or other people. I mean, listen, we're all adults here. Like, you got to come to terms with these things on your own time. If you choose to just say, hey, I'm just going to sit on the boat and I'm just going to ride on the boat, just understand that the boat is going to go the way that it's driven by the people that drive it. That's, I don't know how else to put it, It's part of our jobs now, to be union members and to be good union members, to know what's going on. There's rules that IKEA comes in with policies, and there's contract that we have that IKEA will breach if you let them. If you don't know what the rules are, they will definitely circumvent what the actual rules are and make them pretend to be the rule, if you don't know. Stewards are helpful because when you get in a jam, having somebody that you can call that is semi-expert when it comes to contract and fluid in how to talk with management. Because first things first about being a steward is when you put the steward hat on, and it's not a hat you actually wear, it's just the actual title. When you switch from being a coworker to a steward, you are on equal footing with management. It's not like, oh, whoa, hey, back up, you can't tell me what to do. No, at any point in time where the interview process, where this could lead to corrective action begins, and that could be something as simple about asking you what you were doing the last 20 minutes ago. If you're involved in that interview, you are on same level footing as any management in the whole entire warehouse, and it just creates a spot where respect has to be given to you, and that's, to me, it's worth it alone just to be able to say what you feel, speak your mind without consequence. Now, there probably is consequence somewhere down the line, but even that existing, Retaliation is a six-figure lawsuit waiting to happen if they ever did get to that point. Stewards are also afforded 5 days worth of union time that they're capable of using throughout the course of the year for union activities and training. Upon request that should not be unreasonably denied, stewards are offered 30 minutes per day as an advantage. If you have to do any type of research or if you have to do any type of projects or anything like that, you can request for 30 minutes of the course of the day to do that. When people call for a steward, sometimes it's used as a 30 minutes, sometimes you can exceed it and you're using your time for whatever it is that you need to use it for. Whenever I go to grievances, I like to have about 10 to 15 minutes after grievances is done to debrief whoever was in that room with me that I was representing. You must attend union meetings, which to me, I mean, it seems weird, but it's kind of fun because you get to be around everybody and voice your opinion. It's good. It's good. You get to represent a cause. You get to represent your brothers and sisters of the union. You get to tell IKEA that, no, you're the one that's doing the wrong thing right now. And we do follow back with information and we do know the contract. And they'll tell you to your face that you're wrong until they can't. And then they have to tell you that you're right. It's tough to argue facts. We don't get into this with feelings. We get into it with facts. And that's how we win. We don't go out and post all the times that we win. You know, sometimes things take a long time to win. But it's the fight that you got to be willing to have, because without it, all you're doing is just willing to accept whatever they give you. What else is there? When it was my turn to speak at the delegate meeting, something that I brought up was something that I've been thinking about for a long time. A lot of you have seen that I've handed out cards, and that's how you're able to get this message right now to your phones, because you had signed off on consent allowing me to send these messages to your phones. But I need more help from everyone. I'm in the process of putting together a subcommittee for negotiations. Now, what that does is actually, it's, for lack of a better term, a think tank, okay? A think tank that would just have like all the ideas that anyone could possibly think about and say, like, you know what, this would be a good idea if we could get this into the contract. If you could think of something like that and say this would be a good idea to get into the contract, we form a group and we would make these theoretical negotiations into a room, into a file, so that then when the negotiation committee is actually formed and it's actually set up, we could present these ideas or whatever it is that we amass to negotiation team, and that turns into what we would want inside of the contract. When I talk to all these different locals and everything, and they talk about their contracts, one of the problems that they have is that is when the people that don't really want to be involved get in. And a lot of times what happens is somebody talks real loud and then they get their way. And it's not always the smartest thing that is spoken the loudest. And so that's why I want to have this subcommittee put together, so that then we can be focused in what we really want and how we present it. So that then when we come to the table with IKEA, we're not just, hey, we came up with this 30 minutes ago, but in fact, we've come up with this months ago, multiple things months ago in advance, a year out from negotiations, getting to that point, you know. So right now is the time to focus in and get that taken care of. So I need your help. If you choose, you can speak to me directly and we can set up a group text of some type. I can do another group on Facebook. We can just keep on sending things back and forth on Marco Polo. whatever works, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure out a way to communicate with each other. And it doesn't have to be all the time. You could just be in the group and you come up with something a month from now, and then you just send the text of, this is something I just thought about. I already do that already. I send myself text messages all the times of ideas that I have for the contract. But you know, I don't know everything. I just try and have as many ideas as possible. Cause we got to get it right. And that's the only thing we can do is try our best to do that. So this is it for the day. I haven't had 2 long videos. I haven't done any videos in a long time. I'll see y'all in the next one. Share this with everybody, you know. Share this with the people that are, you know, that you work with that don't see this, that aren't in the loop. You know, I can't legally do it because of the fact that I'm a representative of the IAM and you know, the communicator of the local, but you can do it. So help me help everybody, all right? I'm out.